Did you ever watch Kirby Enthusiasm?
No, not really.
The statute of limitations on New Year, like wishing somebody happy New Year, is like 3 days. I love that.
Ugh. Oh my god, I this past like 2 weeks has been this past month has been wild. Let's just
Yeah.
start there.
Is your mom still living with you?
Yeah, it it seems like it's about to come to an end. Like she is walking on a cane now, and she got a doctor's appointment coming up. I think next week, and what we're anticipating is that appointment. They're going to be like, well, you can use the cane if you want to, but you don't have to anymore. And I think once she gets that clear, I think she'll be ready to go home.
You think she's gonna break out into like a Forrest Gump sprint? Like she's just gonna throw the cane to the side and just run down your neighborhood?
I hope she does. I'd record
Yeah.
it.
It,
uh,
it starts off like Forrest Gump, but it ends up like when like Dr. Cox is running down the street.
yeah. I this it has been a very interesting it is like as an adult having my mom live with us. Like there have been some my Andrea and my mom just had a conversation yesterday because Andrea grew up on a farm and apparently great my great great grandparents also were farmers. So
Huh.
my mom is telling me and Andrea a story about how when she was a kid, she would go to her grandma's house and her grandma had pigs and chickens and she would help them take care of the pigs. And they're going back and forth with stories about taking care of animals and farming and stuff. And I'm like, yep, I got a garden in the backyard.
Yep. You fed Snuffles. That's about the
yeah.
that's about as farm as it gets.
yeah. I mean, he was a wild animal. I mean, he did not live in a home. So yeah, I guess. But
Snuffles was our neighborhood asshole.
yes. Oh my god. But
Are we recording? Because that's good.
yeah, I've been recording. You know me. I push
Okay,
the
that's
button
good.
as soon as I know stuff's working. I push the button. Something's funny to come out in those first 5 seconds. I don't want to miss it. oh god. But yeah, it's been just crazy and like I, I it makes me understand my childhood a little bit. My mom is like super biased. She really likes she like Dom is at the perfect age for her. Like she listens to commands well, she speaks well, you understand what she's saying and you can tell her just like no, stop, and whatever she's doing, she'll stop doing. But Lee is at that age where he's just young enough that he doesn't fully understand when you're like trying to tell him not to do something. And he's just old enough that he has a verbal reaction where he'll, you know, say no or like something just and they butt heads all day. Like as soon as she he wakes up and we get him some breakfast and stuff and get him situated, those two just start going at it. I'm like, Mom, he doesn't understand. You need to chill out and talk to him and help him understand what you're trying to say. You can't just yell at him. It's not gonna work. All it's gonna do is make him pull away from you and then try and get do whatever he's doing without you seeing it. He's just
Right.
like you've got to chill out, and she just 20 years of just screaming Aaron Michael at the top of her lungs just it doesn't doesn't compute to her. She gets really frustrated. I'm like, he's 3. You can't. He's
Yeah.
not just going to yes, ma'am. I am so sorry. I apologize. Like that's not gonna happen. No matter how many times you yell at him, it's not gonna happen.
Right. You
Ugh.
know, we're not really doing much of anything over here. Honestly, it's just been crazy holiday schedules and stuff. But we ended up just kind of taking ourselves off the board with Christmas and staying home.
Yeah.
So that turned out to be the best thing we probably could have done. So we stayed home and in our pajamas, and we've been
Absolutely.
working like crazy, but it was a nice period of slowing down. But I will tell you what, like our year rolled over for requesting vacation time, and I definitely requested a vacation for Christmas this year. So I've been beaten to the punch for the last couple of years, and I am parking my butt at home for a full week this Christmas. So
Yeah. I had because I had surgery like the week before Christmas. I couldn't take Christmas
yeah.
off because I had the surgery the week before. But oh my god, that was so like I don't know if I've ever in like my nearly 40 years, I don't know if I've ever like like as an adult been put under by anesthesia. I don't think I ever have.
Oh wow, it's a weird feeling, isn't it?
It's super weird. Like I
Did they do the countdown?
no, she just was like she just stuck the syringe in and she was like, "Yep, you're gonna be gone here in a minute." And I'm like, "Okay." Cuz like I was talking to Andrea beforehand and I was like, "I am surprisingly good at like fighting drug like I can fight like if I'm drinking, I can absolutely sober myself for about 30 seconds."
Yeah, completely different experience with anesthesia.
Yeah, so I was thinking it was going to be something similar and I was like, I'm worried I'm going to like unconsciously wake myself up. And they're like, and Andrew's like, no, you're not. And I'm
Nope.
like, I can do it with alcohol. I can do it. I can do. She's like, you're not. It's not going to be a problem.
Yeah, all the surgeries I've had, they've put the mask on me, and they're like, count backwards from 10. I'm like 10, not.
Yeah.
So
I like the best part about it is like I have a very clear memory of like in my head I'm thinking, okay, make sure that you chill out. We're not trying to wake ourselves up. We're not trying to make this not work. So just like chill out. And the lady's like,
yep,
okay, I'm putting the syringe in right now. And I'm like, okay, Aaron, remember, just don't. And then like, boom, I wake up after the surgery in a completely different room. There's another person
yep.
talking to me. And I'm like, oh shit.
It's like time traveling. I've had 3 surgeries on my leg. After I broke my leg when I was 17 for the listeners, and don't do that. I jumped out of a tree onto a trampoline, and so I was in the hospital for a few days, went under for surgery. And the best part, as I already said, they did the mask thing. The best part of all of that are those ice chips they give you when you wake up.
Yep.
Those things, I mean, they come from the freezer in the break room. You know what I mean? Like they're nothing special, but they taste like they came from like, I don't know, royalty. You know what I mean? Like
Uh,
it was the best ice chips you've ever had in your life.
yeah. So when I came back, I'm talking to this lady and she's like, trying to, she's just like walking me through waking up, and she's like, yeah. So I'm gonna tell you right now, I've had a similar surgery to you, and what I will advise you is, if anyone hands you anything with a straw, don't take it. Your nose,
Oh yeah,
you cannot. You will probably pass out. I almost passed out because the nurse handed her a cup with a straw in it and she started drinking out of it and she said, I almost passed out.
the pressure.
Yeah, putting that like, because like your brain, your whole body, your face like pressure locks when you're trying to drink out of a straw, and like literally fresh surgery on my nose. Like they were like, no, no, don't do it. Don't drink anything out of a straw. I would give it a week before you drink anything out of a straw.
Hmm.
It took me like 2 weeks
So
to drink out of a straw.
I haven't seen you since the surgery. Do you look like handsome Squidward or like Orange Piccolo?
No, no.
Which I mean, they're basically the same guy.
Okay. What I what I do notice is the bridge of my nose does looks like more narrow. Like they're like, you won't see any difference in after the surgery. I personally, looking in a mirror, can see that the bridge of my nose is more narrow. Like
Okay.
maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm tripping, maybe it just, what it looks like to me, but like it looks like the bridge of my nose is thinner, and like even to the point where like I have to push my glasses up a little bit because like because it's thinner, my glasses slide down further down my nose than they used to.
Yeah. Is it deviated septum, I assume?
They weren't specific to say it's a deviated septum. When I asked, it's like it's some kind of like like they it's just like the way that they worded it is just like there's like a lot of extra flesh, extra material around the inside of my nostrils, specifically on the right
Uh,
side, and then they just like went in and shaved it all down. So
I gotcha.
like
I do have a deviated septum, like between wrestling and just getting punched in the face a few times. Like my nose looks like it's awful, but I assume they would have to go in and correct that if they were to ever do surgery like that for me.
yeah, it was like I said, it was in and out. I went in at like we went in at like 10 o'clock. I was back home by like 3 o'clock. But
Wow.
I was literally that first day. I don't remember at all because like I was they gave me they gave me some strong painkillers and I sat on the couch and I turned on Dragon Ball Z Kai and I sat and watched it and that's all I did the entire night, the entire day. I watched like 20 episodes in one day. I just sat there and watched it. And then
That's awesome.
like the next days I start to like kind of remember more stuff and like it start to come back a little bit, but it took me like a week before I actually like slept normally in my bed. But
Yeah.
it definitely like just the way that my nose I'm still like I still have the stitches in my nose, so I'm not fully recovered yet. But like just the way that my nose operates now is like a completely different show than it used to be. Like I was sitting in bed with Andrea last night, and she was like asking me, she's like, "Does your nose feel stuffy right now?" I'm like, "Well, I can breathe out of one nostril pretty clearly at this point, but like one nostril is definitely stuffy." And she's like, "I can actually hear it. Like I could hear air moving in and out of your face. It sounds like a normal person who sounds stuffy." And like before you had surgery, like when you were stuffed up, I didn't hear anything. You were breathing out of your mouth. I'm like, so there's definitely
Yeah.
a difference. So it's
That's
just
awesome,
been,
man. I'm glad
yeah,
glad they gave that to you.
yeah. It was just like because like I was supposed to have that surgery in November, and then in November we got COVID, so then I had to push it out, and I was worried that they weren't going to be able to get me in before the end of the year for insurance reasons and stuff. But they were. They were like, "Okay, we got another appointment for you. 16, come in now. Come in." Like they, it was like a week later, so I had to like call my boss, send a message to my boss, and I was like, "Well, they were able to reschedule the surgery, but it's for this coming week, so I'm going to be out the following week again." So I ended up taking 2 weeks off, but they were two separate weeks, one in November and one in December, and neither one of them were fun.
Right. Well, but at least you got it taken care of. I didn't know you guys got COVID. So did you guys do all right?
Yeah, it was which was another one of these like crazy because it was Andrea's brother's son's birthday.
Ah,
So I started feeling sick on Friday and the party was Saturday. So I wasn't all the way sick yet on Saturday, but it was like ramping up and like we got there and I was like, "Oh god, I feel fucking awful." But I wasn't trying to like ruin a kid's birthday party. So I was just like trying to hang in there and just like I'm just going to stay away from everybody. I'm just going to put myself in the corner so I'm not breathing whatever cooties I have on all these kids and all these people. And like about halfway through, I was just like, okay, I've hit the wall. We still have an hour to drive home. I'm out. I'm out. I was like, we gotta go. I go home and then I just like crash in the bed and I'm like, and then the surgery was Monday. It was supposed to be coming up that Monday. So I was like, well, Andrew was like, you should check and see if you have COVID because this is a lot of sick. And then I checked Sunday night. We had COVID. I had COVID. So
wow.
that means everyone was going to get COVID. So I just like, hey, dude, I have COVID. I'm 100% sure my wife is about to get it. We've been in the car together driving around for fucking 3 hours in the past 2 days. So I'm gonna get it. She's gonna get it, and then I'm just gonna take this week off. And he's like, "Yep, go ahead, take the week off. You got COVID. I don't want to hear it." And I was like, "Okay." So it just one after another after another, and I'm like,
Yeah. Sounds like it did.
but luckily, my mom didn't get COVID because like once I figured out that I had COVID, I just put myself in my room and I was like, I'm not coming out. So I don't want to give it to
Yeah.
anybody else. I don't have to give it to. So I don't. I don't even think. I think Dom was kind of sick for a little while, but I don't even think Lee got it. So we and Max didn't get it, which was really nice.
Yeah. That is good. Yeah.
All right, I'm done ranting
So,
about
so we
my
talk,
about my super exciting and non-exciting month.
it's cool, man. It's been a minute, so we need to touch base.
Yeah.
So,
All
and
right.
we apologize to the listeners, man. Like what Aaron was saying, between schedules and everything, it's been a little bit longer between episodes, but we're back, baby.
Yeah.
So,
Christmas,
do,
Christmas, New Year's, me getting sick, me having surgery, just we it was both of us were just kind of like, we'll figure it out with New Year's.
yeah, for me, it was mostly just work and baby stuff. It was just trying to figure out, what goes where and, that kind of stuff. But, again, we're back, baby.
Yeah.
So, do you want to do Brentley's today or do you want to save that for another day?
I kind of feel like we should wait on the Bretleys. I don't know how long this episode's gonna be. I've already gotten the stank eye, so I'm just gonna say, well, we'll just make this one a catch up, and we'll do the Bretleys next time.
That sounds like a plan. You want
We
to start
gotta
off with what we've been playing?
we gotta do the thing first. Welcome to the Gamedads podcast,
Oh,
where
yeah.
we talk about talk about life for nearly 20 minutes before we actually introduce the show. I'm
Yeah.
Aaron. This is Brett.
I'm Brett.
Go ahead and if you've watched the show, please click the likes and the follows and the subscribes and whatever you're listening. And if you got anything you want to ask us, anything you want to talk about, anything you want to see us talk about, you can head to the Discord link, or you can just comment wherever you're watching this and we'll see it. There you go.
Yep. And I'll talk to you. I'll pop into the YouTube comments. I'm usually in there when we post that episode. So tell me your hottest take, your spiciest dreams,
Ooh.
uh, and your deepest, darkest fantasies. And I'll probably like your comments, but I may not respond. Before we get into what we're playing, we don't have to elaborate on this very much if you want to, because I know we've kind of done music in the past. But I was watching the Daily Show the other day, and they they showed this country music artist by the name of Breaking Rust, and it sounds like a country music guy, and there's music videos with it, and the music videos look kind of off. You know,
Uh-huh.
it is a completely AI country music artist, doesn't exist, writes his songs with I mean he whatever this entity writes its music with AI, because it is AI. So everything's computer generated, and the their song "Living on Borrowed Time" has reached the top of the country music artist billboards.
I didn't hear about this one, but there's like a pop R&B artist. I don't know how she's ranking, but she's definitely like getting views and stuff. The same thing. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I knew it was coming because that's it.
Oh, correction. The song's called "Walk My Walk."
Oh, I the okay. Here's the best part about this, and it's not specific to country music. It's gonna be every genre eventually. But my favorite part about this is how like absolutely AI every song title sounds.
Oh yeah.
Like if you were to like take current country music right now and like I don't know, run all of the names of the top songs into like a generator and then say, print me out another song in this vein. Walk My Walk would absolutely come up.
I'm gonna put this in the Discord, but yeah, but like I said, before we get into it, we don't have to like elaborate on it, but maybe I will. Maybe I won't put this in the Discord.
I I thoroughly think that this is like this is like the worst timeline. Like this is like the absolute last thing that we need. This is
Yeah,
absolutely the last thing we need as human beings is music, which was already saturated with CEOs and producers and record companies and all of that terrible stuff. Now all of those guys, those same guys who have been destroying music for 100 years, now they don't even have to include a person. You just now the people who spend their entire lives struggling to become famous, struggling to get their music heard, struggling to like find an audience. I won't say get famous, that seems like a little reductive, but like struggling to find an audience. Now they have to compete with record companies themselves promoting artists that they don't have to pay. I it's oh god. I don't even know. I don't even know if currently we have a structure that exists that could stop this. Like I don't know if there's some entity like the government or some type of regulation that would stop this. It's just
sir. Do you know who's in charge?
like I don't even mean him. Like he's absolutely not going to do it. I mean after he's
Well,
gone. I still don't think
I'm
there's
yeah.
anyone that can do anything about it.
No, there's not. I mean, yeah, it just kind of is what it is at this point. But man, I saw that. Like, I get my news mostly through the Daily Show because it seems to be the most honest take on things. And
Yeah.
there's the ha-has and all that stuff, but like, and really, I don't care much for the news anymore. I mean, not that I ever really cared for it and stuff, but like, Daily Show's always been able to at least allow me to stomach it. My dad hated it growing up. Oh, but anyway, I saw that on there and just I was like, man, I have to say that for the pod. So
I the when you brought up the Daily Show, it brings up something that I have been thinking about for a really long time,
mhm.
and it is the he's one of the hosts because they're doing rotating hosts on the Daily Show. Josh Johnson.
Yeah, yeah, I like Josh Johnson.
I think Josh Johnson might be the greatest stand-up comedian of all time.
Oh yeah,
Okay, I've been watching this dude. I've been watching Josh Johnson. I think the first time I saw him was like 20, maybe the beginning of 2020 or something like that. And then in 2023, he started this thing where he just does a stand up routine every week, like a full hour set of stand up every week. And he has done it
Hmm.
for the past, he has done it for the past 2 years straight. Like if you go to
but
Joshua,
he's out there just doing the hustle thing, or like is actually in front of like a live
yeah, it's in front of a
audience.
live audience. He has been doing stand up sets once a week, every week for 2 straight years. Like if you go to his YouTube channel, there's like 105 stand-ups he's done, like completely unique, like like written that week stand-up sets. Straight. And they're all funny. All of them. All 105 of them are funny.
So when did he join the Daily Show? It was when Trevor Noah was on it, right?
He was
Or-
doing like guest parts, but he wasn't actually a host. And then I think it was
Right, right.
just this year specifically where he became an actual host.
Yeah, it's when Jon Stewart came back, he only does Mondays and then he does like the weekly show podcast.
Uh
And then like through the week it's like it's Josh Johnson, it's Desi Lydic, which I love Desi.
yes,
I think
absolutely.
she might be my favorite person on the Daily Show, just full stop. But I love when Leslie Jones is on there.
I
She's hilarious. Lewis Black. He does it every now and again.
Like
So,
the like I was sad that they lost Roy Wood Jr., but Roy Wood Jr.'s new show is also awesome. And I because it's got Amber Ruffin and I love Amber Ruffin and it's got a Michael Ian Black who I absolutely love and they're all
yeah, he's hilarious.
hilarious all the time. Like they have for like kind of three people who didn't really know each other before the show started. They have like expert chemistry listening to them all talk. Like it's perfect. The
Yeah,
I forget what that show's called. It's like I've got some news for you or something like that. But like that show's great. So I don't mind that Roy Wood Jr.'s gone, but like Desi Lydic has absolutely been one of the funniest Daily Show people like her entire run. Like she's always been one of
yeah,
the funniest.
yeah. She was great in her back, her quote unquote on the field
Yeah.
correspondent type stuff. But like getting her behind the desk and just having that, oh man, her facial expressions.
Yeah.
Like I think that's really what sells it for me.
I love Desi Lydic. And then Lewis Black has just always been awesome. He's had a career of being like awesome
Yeah.
from every time you see him in anything, he's awesome. And then
He's definitely slowed down a little bit, like,
yeah, he's
but
like
he's also in his 60s, something like that. Like he's definitely older, but like mentally, I mean, he has not lost anything. He's just a little bit slower on his delivery.
yeah, for sure. And like he's been around for so long, that doesn't surprise me at all. But like he
Yeah.
I love Lewis Black. I always have. So like the Daily Show lineup right now is full of like all of my. I mean, I did not like Trevor Noah, but like honestly, all of my favorite people are there now.
Yeah. So Trevor Noah, I don't mind him. He definitely when he took over and especially when the pandemic hit, he kind of moved into like YouTuber territory
Hmm.
a little, like with how he was, or like YouTuber slash like TikTok sort of comedy. And I don't know if I particularly like that too much. I think he's funny, but I think especially post Jon Stewart leaving full time. I think now, since Jon Stewart's back, and then we've got like this whole new generation of Daily Show correspondents, I think it's the best the Daily Show's ever been. It's more just from the variety standpoint, but like Jon Stewart's always been fantastic.
Yeah.
So, and especially if you go back and watch some of his stand up before he started doing the Daily Show, and then he was doing kind of because it was Craig Ferguson who had it before.
Yeah.
Anyway, that didn't matter. But he was doing he was doing like press tours for it, and he was on with Conan, and Conan's like how are you going to do with like you know like reading the news and all that stuff, and like Jon Stewart pretty much basically just said he didn't really read the news very much. He was just more just reacting to it. And to see him kind of go from, and he may have been doing a bit with that. I mean, it's entirely possible. I don't think they would just hire him just to read the news and make fun of it. Maybe they would. I don't know. But
Well, I mean,
having
when we started when he started the Daily Show, we weren't in the same news that we're in now. So it's not
right.
impossible that they hired him just to like read the news and make fun of it.
Well, when he started though, he moved from it was like 98, 99 whenever he started. So going into 2000, it was the Bush presidency, and like it couldn't have been a better time for somebody to, especially like him, to get into it. But to see how he's evolved from those early days of the Daily Show to the thoughtful individual he is now has been fantastic. So, and I know there's people out there that are like Jon Stewart for president. I don't think I would want him as president. Honestly, I don't like. I would much rather have him here making fun of the presidents and then still doing his activist stuff.
Yeah,
So, like the work he did post 9/11, like
oh,
for like
absolutely.
the I don't know if you've seen some of like his. I'm going to call it courtroom rants, but like I
Yeah, I've
think
seen
that's
him.
very reductive. But to see him go off on Congress, like that stuff will just wrench your heart.
Yeah, it like there. Okay, this is a little bit more political than I try and get to in this show, but there's a line of sometime like there are some people who need to exist to yell at the government. They need there are people who need to exist and their job needs to be yelling at the government, not being part of the government.
Right. Yep. I totally agree. That comedians are important. And that's one of the reasons why like the attack on free speech and all that has been kind of bullshit, like shackling some things that, comedians say, even the more, I, I would say the problematic stuff, like, free speech is important. We'll just say that.
Yes.
So it needs to exist.
Yeah.
Anyway, I digress. Should we get into video games?
Yeah, that was a long rant about a lot of not video game related things, but the core of this is AI sucks.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
I
and
I thought that'd be a good little topic of discussion for us.
yeah. There's
But I've been
enough.
playing some video games. Oh, go
There's
ahead. Sorry.
enough AI problems that exist in video games that this kind of carries over, right? But please.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
dude, what,
Look, I'm looking at that picture of the AI country artist and
dude?
the cover art or the album art. Oh my god.
Isn't it great?
in in the worst way ever. Yes.
It kind of reminds if Bo Burnham.
Yeah.
If Bo Burnham's bit from Parks and Recreation, where he's like, "Get home safe, troops," if that was real or quote unquote real, that's what this AI thing would be.
So so bad. Okay. All right. Let's talk about video games. Gotta get that
You
off
want to
my
go first?
screen. Sure, I'll go first. All right. So I'm Satisfactory is my baby. I've been playing it, so But I finally took the plunge and found a good deal, $20. Got Crisis Core, and I've been playing some Crisis Core.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh my god! Like I forgot.
PS5.
Oh no, I'm playing on Switch.
Oh,
Switch is usually my jam when it comes to RPGs, just because I have to. I always have to be willing to give up the big TV to the kids. So when I'm playing
I
Switch, I
got it.
can be wherever I want to be. And my only thoughts about it, and this isn't, I want to be clear, this isn't me saying these things are negative. I'm just saying it's something I had to like think about in my brain. I feel like modern RPGs want you to see everything. So like they put you in a path to like get all the treasure chests. They put you in a path to like, see all of the extra missions and all of that stuff because they want you to do everything. I was playing Crisis Core, and there's a part where you're up at the top floor of the Shinra building, and then there's an attack going on at the bottom floor of the Shinra building. So you hop on the elevator and you're going down to the bottom floor to like figure out what the heck's going on downstairs. And then a little box pops up and it says, "The elevator has stopped. Do you want to keep going or do you want to get out and look around?" And I was like, "No, like there's an emergency. I got to get downstairs." So like my brain was like, "Oh wait, old game, not new game. No, stop." And then, like there's like a whole quest you can do for a second and get some items and like help some people on this
Yeah,
floor if you choose to stop. But you can literally just hit keep going and it will just go and there's no way to go back to it. Once that section of the game ends, like you can't get back up there. You can't, none of that stuff. It's just gone.
yeah. And I have a gripe about that too with missables and art. And like the Crisis Core is not a long RPG, but it's 20, 30 hours or whatever. But putting missables like that in RPGs, no bueno.
Yeah. And like my brain, I had to like I was in modern RPG mode because I've been playing modern RPGs. So my brain was like, okay, well, whatever is there, I can go back and get it later or whatever. But like, I'm like, no, this is a remake of like a 20-year-old game. I'm not going to be able to go back and get this later. So I like stop the elevator and obviously go do the quest and come back. But like the idea that that was even there, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. This is how old RPGs are.
Yeah. Great game though.
Yeah, great game. I've been really enjoying it so far. And like, the reason I wanted to play it is because I want to like do another run of the remakes. And like I feel like playing Crisis Core beforehand at least getting all of that, you know, love lists and all that crap back in my brain before I start playing it again makes sense. So it was just like a good little stop. And then like the other game that I was playing is it's Atelier. I can't remember which one it is. There's like 50 of them. I'm playing the first in the Atelier Ryza series. I can't remember what it's called. It's like Secret of something or something.
Huh.
So here's what
I've
happened.
always been interested.
Here's what happened. One day, randomly, I looked online, and the second Atelier in that series, Atelier Ryza 2, was on sale for like $20. And I was like, I've been interested in this series, so I'm gonna pick this up. But I'm not gonna play the second one before I play the first one. That's just not gonna happen. So I've been sitting on it for like a year. Then my work has this little thing where like people can like send you like you earned it points, which is whatever, for like helping someone out with a case or something. You can just whatever. So like I had like 100, and when I looked online, I saw that you can buy gift cards with them, and I could buy a Nintendo gift card for like $100 with the points I had. So then I'm like, okay, this is my opportunity to get the rest of these games. They were on sale. So I was like, I'm going to pick the other three up. So now I have bought 3 games, and I haven't played any of them. I have no experience. So I have no idea if any of them are going to be something that's going to pull me in, let alone 3 40-hour games. I own 3 40-hour games that I have not touched any of them. That's
Hmm.
super rare for me. Like, I don't know if
Is Atelier is that in the East series? Or are
no,
they
no,
different?
they're different.
Okay.
But like, I've never played any of the games, like any of the Atelier games. Like, there's like, I don't know, like I think there's at least 2 other like Atelier Ryza, and there's Atelier. I'm not gonna take a guess because I don't even remember. But there are 2 other series within this series. I haven't played any of them. I know that they have like alchemy and crafting in them. I know the internet is obsessed with the main character's thighs, which I mean, I'm not a thigh obsessed man to that level, but if I was, I could see what they're talking about. The people who created this character definitely were like, we're gonna give her some thighs. So like, I get it, but
As a Chun Li fan, I feel seen.
like I I'm not a thigh person, but it's not the first thing I go to. But this they were like, we gave this we someone spent a whole bunch of time in the Unity engine making the thigh physics for this girl. Is all I'm saying. But
That's good.
I ran into a thing that I never thought that I would run into.
What's that?
I am having difficulty that the fact that there's no English voice acting in this game.
Am I rubbing off on you, sir?
It's not that. I can explain what it is. In every recent anime that I've watched, ones that have come out in the last, I would say, 3 years, the voice acting is so good that I haven't had any reason to watch the Japanese version. Like, there are a
Yeah.
couple of animes that I've watched recently that the voice acting is so good that I don't care to watch the Japanese version. Like the voice acting now is just really good. And it's
Yep.
like, because it's so good, I've gotten used to it, I guess. So like going back to a Japanese game from the Ryza series is pre 2020. It's like, I think it's like 2016. And like not having an option to switch it to English at all, it just like the way I play games now, it's not the same. Like when I used to sit down in front of the TV by myself in a room with nobody else around and just like zone into a game for several hours, then I'm fine reading subtitles and listening to everything in Japanese because I don't have anything distracting me. But now when I have, kids and wife and mom and a million things going on, like it's much easier to just hear the words in English than it is to try and like read the subtitles in Japanese and like also keep my mind aware of all this other stuff going on around me. So like it's not impossible, and I'm not like I hate this game or I don't want to play it. It's just like I have to like set everything up to play a game or I'm reading subtitles the whole time. Like I have to like and make sure the baby's okay, make sure that Lee's not in there, not doing something crazy, and make sure my mom doesn't need something out of the car or all that stuff. And just I don't really have the time to set that up anymore. So like that game is getting backburnered just because I don't have the right headspace to play it.
Right. Yeah, I agree, man. That's why I've kind of changed up how I play games and like certain games that I do play. Like I don't I've pretty much written off open world games for myself because of not just the reading aspect, just because I don't have time for it. You know what I mean? So I completely understand.
Yeah. It I'm definitely I mean, I spent like for me, let me say for me, I spent like $80 on this entire trilogy. I'm not gonna just let it sit in my inbox and never play it. But it
Yeah.
definitely what I got Crisis Core and I was like, oh, there's an English setting. I can play this whenever I want to. So I've just been chilling playing Crisis Core. But I'm gonna go back to it eventually. It just as as a weeb, I definitely am like it's something that I noticed.
Yeah. That's those are games I've always wanted to play, but I've always put Atelier, East, and those Trails of
Yep.
Cold Steel. They're all if they're all, if I'm looking up in my mind palace, they're all in the same drawer.
I I also want to play Ease and Tales of Cold Sky or Trails of Cold Sky. I also want to play those, but I like Trails of Cold Steel. I also want to play those, but like in this exact okay, here's what I feel like's gonna happen. When all three of my kids are in their I go to school and I have friends in our neighborhood and so I'm outside of the house, I'm gonna sit my ass down and play all of those games. But while they're like needing my attention more regularly and frequently, my brain doesn't have space for it.
Yep,
Plus, it's
completely
like
understand.
an RPG that like what we dreamed of as kids when like the first Final Fantasy you ever played, and then another Final Fantasy came out, but it's a different game. Except for in these, they're all connected. It's all connected. Some of I think it's Trails of Blue Sky has like 6 games that are one fucking story. I
Yeah,
want that. I want that, but I just don't have the mental capacity for it right now.
East has been like if I remember correctly, East started on the Super Nintendo or like TurboGrafx, something like that, like a long time ago, and it's been the same ongoing story since then. So just exactly what you said, but like it goes back farther. So like that's beyond nuts to me. Can you imagine if they were still following the same through lines, like story wise, from Final Fantasy IV to now?
that's
You know, like
that's so crazy. And like I love that idea, but like I feel like either every 3 games you have to start back at the beginning and then play them all again to keep all that information in your mind to go back. Like
yeah,
I I don't know, maybe once you played the game enough times you just memorize the entire story of it, but like I okay, that sounds negative, but I want that. I love that. But I just like I said, my brain does not have the space for it right now. I have 3 children who are in 3 different stages of constantly asking me for things. My brain doesn't have space for it.
I gotcha. I gotcha.
Okay, that's me. That's all I've been doing. So
Um,
tell me, unravel your scroll of all the games you've been playing.
I've actually been dedicating myself to just a few games over the last month or so. And I'm not going to get into like everything that I've played. My PlayStation wrap up made me want to throw up because it's like, you played 158 games. When did I play 158 games, sir? There's no way. So that kind of got me thinking of like how I actually play stuff and all that. But I'll get into that a little bit later. But the first thing I want to talk about is Metroid Prime 4 Beyond.
Ooh, tell me.
And let me tell you how much I think the internet's wrong about this game. I think you had a lot of people that previewed it that played the first maybe 2 hours, and that is the gospel. You know,
Mm.
the quote unquote controversies with this game were that it's not really a Metroid game. It's not like it's too handholdy. There's too many people talking to you at all times. I'm not sure how many of those people actually finished the game. And yeah, people are entitled to their opinions. Like that's the great thing about the internet. But what's going to end up happening with this is like that's going to be the narrative with it going forward, and people aren't going to want to give it a shot. And Metroid's already niche enough to where like negative opinions like that will probably end up killing it. I'm not sure how it's doing sales wise, but I'll tell you, sir, I love it. I finished it. I finished it with like 90% completion, something like that. I was missing a couple different things. I need to go back and play it and get the rest of it. But I loved it, start to finish. I thought the end boss was a little bit on the tough side, but I think that's mostly because like I started it on a Sunday, and like I got myself up to the end boss, and I had been playing for a little bit in the last area, so I was like coming to the end of my scheduled game time or whatever, and people were staring at me and stuff, and
Hmm.
so I was trying to like rush my way through it and stuff. So I need to go back, and I'm sure I can go back and kick its butt, again. But I loved it. It's not the best Metroid Prime game, but like beyond, like besides that first one, like everything else is just more Metroid Prime. Does it make if that makes sense?
Hmm.
That's fantastic. It's what that was one of three games why I bought my Switch 2, and I'm not disappointed by it. I think it's the best looking Nintendo game that I've ever played. Like the art, the animation on it are fantastic. It's silky smooth. Somehow Nintendo has figured out 4K 120 frames a second.
All right.
Like what? It turns out, not making something that looks like Horizon, Forbidden West, and that's actually a really bad example because I think they get that one running at 4K 120 frames a second, but maybe it's not, maybe it's super sampled. I don't know, but this is like actual true 4K supposedly. But Nintendo figured it out. I think it's great. It lasted me less than 20 hours, so it was. I mean, I think people are saying it's a little on the short side and stuff, but I think that's like perfect length for a first person shooter. The exploration was great. The upgrades were great. She gets psychic abilities in the game, and I think that's just another like she still gets a grapple gun or a grapple hook and the morph ball and all that stuff, but now they put the word psychic in front of it.
Hmm.
So it looks like it might be a little bit different, but like it's still the same stuff. She still scans things like crazy, but like she does it with her mind now. The only other thing that I didn't like about it, and I guess spoilers for the game, and it doesn't tell you this, but you need these like green crystals that are scattered through the world in order to finish the game. Like it gates you off if you don't have enough of these green crystals.
Hmm.
And they're like there's a kind of a big hub world, and then it branches off into all the different like biomes and stuff that you can go into. And it actually kind of reminds me of Hyrule Field from Ocarina of Time,
Hmm.
where like it's kind of empty-ish. There's things to see and do and find and all that stuff, but it's not like that's not where the main action takes place. But in order to get from point A to point B, they give you this motorcycle called Viola, and you'll get attacked by enemies and stuff, kind of what you do in Ocarina of Time. But you'll come across these green crystals, and you can like power slide into them, and it doesn't really tell you how many that you have until you go back to your main base of operations and you put them into this like hourglass type thing, and it starts like slowly filling up, but it never tells you exactly how many you have. But in order to get to the last area, you have to fill this thing up. And you know how I play games. I'm a psychopath and I like to do everything. So like I see green crystal, I'm going to run into it. So I had been collecting them, but I guarantee you there are people that were like, okay, cool, I'll run into a couple of them, but like I'm not like I guarantee you there are people that are grinding green crystals right now. I had to grind a little. I had to grind a little bit, and like I was, I was actually it was that last day I was playing, and I looked at Allie. I'm like, this is dumb. Like this is not fun. Like this is poor design choice. It feels like padding and all that. So like I think that's the only thing that would hold me back from giving it a perfect score or whatever. But like I loved it. Um, the
Yeah.
other thing I've been playing. Oh, do you have questions?
No, no, no. I was clearing my throat.
Oh, okay. I got games for Christmas. One of them I can't really speak too much on. I got Kirby Air Riders, which I haven't really touched that one too much. But the other one I've been playing is Dragon Quest One and Two HD remake on
Uh
Switch Two, and I'm almost done with Dragon Quest One. And I've been describing it to Allie as a warm hug.
huh.
It's dude, it'll kick your teeth in. Dragon Quest games are hard, and I refuse to put it down to Draki Quest. It does give you difficulty options. There's like Draconian Quest, Dragon Quest, and then Draki Quest from hardest to easiest. So I'm just playing on Dragon Quest mode, but it's so good. I'm playing them out of order supposedly. So I guess it starts with Dragon Quest 3 HD remake, and then it goes into like that's the earliest game in the Urdra trilogy, and then it goes into Dragon Quest One and then two. Alec and Drake got me the one and two remakes, so that's what I'm playing.
Hmm.
Uh, but you start off as it's one character. You only get one character in your party in this game, which I mean most Dragon Quest games you're going to play as multiple characters. You get a party of however many. So it's been kind of cool just developing one character, and that actually kind of lends the challenge a little bit too. But I'm almost done with it. Like I should be able to finish it this week if I dedicate a little more time to it. But I've been playing it kind of off and on through like naps or whatever. I'm finally playing my Switch 2 in handheld mode. I don't typically do that, but I've probably put 15, 16 hours into it. It's not a long game. Doesn't overstay its welcome. Supposedly two is a little bit longer. And then kind of like what you said when you got multiple games or whatever in the series, I actually went and bought Dragon Quest 3. So I've got that sealed on my shelf right now, ready to go for when I finish the second game. And then the last game I'll talk about is Doom: The Dark Ages.
I
And I can't
remember.
wait. Go ahead.
I remember you were talking about this. I remember you saying
Yes.
that you weren't as into it.
I actually I didn't have time for it. At least I didn't feel like that I had time for it. And the reason why I talked about Metroid first, mostly because I started that one first, but Metroid actually kind of showed me that I can still play those types of games, like the level based actiony sort of games. So when I started Dark Ages back up about a week ago, I actually started that one up as soon as I finished Metroid. I started it over. I probably got about halfway through the game on my initial playthrough of it. I stopped for whatever reason. I think it was mostly just because I was like, man, like Lydia's getting up a lot at night. I can't really sit and play this. She's still getting up through the night, but like I can play a level or two a night, and that seems to be enough for me. Like I can live with that. But it took me about a week to finish it. I started over and I've been trying to 100% it. Dude, I love it. It might be my favorite in the new trilogy of Doom games. I would probably put it Dark Ages and then Doom 2016 and then Eternal, but like that doesn't mean that Eternal is bad by any means. It's just like it has figured out what makes Doom great. And this one especially, like there's story bits in it and like the story's fun. You know, you're a tool of the gods to go and keep the forces of hell at bay. And there's like one particular demon that rose up in hell, which I think his name's like Aslox or something like that. But he rose up and he's trying to take over Earth. And Earth is like medieval, like futuristic medieval. It's kind of cool. So these like space creatures called the Makers, they've got the Doomslayer kind of enslaved. Like they've got like an inhibitor chip on him to
Hmm.
where like if he like acts out of line or something like that, they like shock him. But he ends up breaking free of that and just goes on a freaking tear, dude. The customization's great in it. I love the guns. Like I ended up just kind of focusing more on the super shotgun because that's just fun blowing things to bits. And dude, there's lots of bits in the game. Like everybody gets like real crunchy when they blow up. There's not as many glory kills in this one as there are in like the earlier Doom games. So like he has like these cool like finisher moves. He still has some, but they're not as it's not as big of a feature as it was in the older games. But I finished it last night and loved it. I think there was a point with it because I don't know. Sometimes you're not in the headspace for certain games, and this time around I was definitely in the headspace for it. Like I owe that to Metroid. Really, just showing me how much I love first person games and those level based action games that don't really demand too much of your time. Like you can get in, play a level, you feel like you've accomplished something, and then just get out and go about your day. And that's kind of what I need with video games right now. But there was a point where I was playing Doom. It was a story based level, and they had killed him. So they it looked like the bad guys had won. They killed the Doom Slayer, and he wakes up in hell. And I don't know if you've ever played any of the newer Doom games, but in 2016 he gets resurrected, and there's like this voice in his head that tells him to rip and tear until it's done. And he he wakes up in this pile of bodies, like he'd just been dumped into hell. Basically, he fell from wherever he was at down to hell, and he wakes up, and he is just this most grotesque looking zombie dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and the graphics on this game are fantastic. Kind of like what I was talking about with Metroid. The graphics, the art direction, like the actual art direction, dude, it floored me. I described it to Allie as the most metal thing I've ever seen in my life. like like metal, like is in metal music. So he wakes up and then he gets the berserk mode that you would get from like the original Doom, and it just gives you unlimited like melees and shotguns and all that kind of stuff, or ammo rather. And he just tears through hell. He gets to the ferryman, the one that ferries you from like the land of the living to the land of the dead. And the ferryman's like, "I need your payment," and he just puts a shotgun in his face and he shoots him. And then he commandeers his boat, and then he rides it back to where he needs to go and comes back to life. Dude, it's fantastic. It's like it's the most Brett game that I could be playing right now. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've been playing. I know that was really descriptive. I don't, but yeah, dude, like I've been playing a lot of great games, and I've I'm gonna start. I don't know. Can you hear my daughter
A little bit.
a little bit? Okay, she's helping me describe Doom. So yeah, dude, been playing a lot of great games, and like I've got a new system for like how I want to go forward. Like not necessarily like writing things off, like genres or anything like that, but there's definitely a lot of things that I can't really play anymore, just because I don't have the time to sink into them.
Yeah.
But something short like this, like sub 20 hours, where I can get in and master it, go, I can put more time into it, but I can go back 100%, level by level. Dude, it's scratching an itch, and I love it.
Yeah. I I don't know why it was on my brain, but it was on my brain recently because you were talking about Dragon Quest. And I just recently found out that the first Dragon Quest game had an Dragon Quest anime.
Yeah, it's
I
got a
looked
manga too.
as I said, I looked it up, and I like it. Apparently, there's not like a lot of official ways to release it to find it, but there's a couple episodes that are on YouTube. I was like, this is like because I love me some Toriyama, but like some of the stuff in Dragon Quest is so Toriyama,
Yeah,
like crazy levels of Toriyama.
yeah. The manga comic books are like that too. I'm not sure if he drew them, or I'm pretty sure he did, or if like somebody just did them and it did the books in his style.
Yeah.
Um, But the whole Erdrick trilogy is available either to read or possibly to watch too. Is it not on Crunchyroll?
I think
Oh,
the new Dragon Quest, that one that came out maybe last year or the year before, but like I'm talking
uh-huh.
about like the old '80s one.
Oh, gotcha. So, yeah, I'm in RPG mode right now, and I kind of owe that to Dragon Quest. So I'm going back and I'm looking for stuff to play on Switch. Which I also got to say, like how much I've been loving my Switch too. It makes me want to go back and play some of those like other Nintendo games that I missed. So I'm eyeballing Xenoblade Chronicles. Probably gonna go back and play that. I'm buying back a lot of the stuff that I either sold or gave away. So yeah, I'm gonna start playing I've got the Mana games on Switch, so I'll probably play those there.
Hmm.
I've been digging it, dude. I love my Switch too. I bought it for those three games that I was talking about earlier. It was Mario Kart, it was Donkey Kong, and it was Metroid, and two of those three games hit for me. Oh, dude, I completely forgot about Sonic Crossworlds. I could talk about that one on another podcast. That's gonna be just something that's like gonna be like your satisfactory, but like Sonic Crossworlds, better than Mario Kart. That's all I'll say for right now.
Okay, I played the demo during like the free period. I'm planning on buying it, but I haven't. I don't have a hole in my gaming schedule that I need to fill with anything, so I'm not buying it yet. Are you saying better than Mario Kart World or better than Mario Kart?
No. Mario Kart World. So
Okay.
yes, I'm glad you said that. So um, I still think Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the king of kart racers, just based off of sheer volume. You know the amount of tracks it has on there, how tight that game is as a racer.
Hmm.
I don't agree with some of the balancing updates that they've had on it. Like sometimes if I go back to it and like after like 6 months of not having played it, kind of like what I just did the other day, I brought it into work and just completely crushed a lot of people. I was a good boy. I didn't talk shit, but dude, it was a bloodbath. But some of the balancing things aren't like the greatest in the world. But dude, 8 Deluxe, you just can't beat that.
Yeah, yeah. I 100%. I don't want to turn this into another Mario Kart rant. You said better than Mario Kart, and I was like, is it that good, or is it just better than Mario Kart
No,
World?
no, no, no. Yeah, and I'm glad you like because that's a little hyperbolic. You know what I mean? Mario Kart World just I think Mario Kart World has the capacity to grow into something great. There's a lot of things that they did with it. Just the problem with Mario Kart World is that it's just not Mario Kart 8. You know, and everybody wanted Mario Kart 9 for the longest time, and you know, and as soon as we got it, we realized that how good 8 was. But Sonic Crossworlds is
I'm gonna
like
say
it's those.
I say
God,
we told the world a million times that we wanted Mario Kart 9, but what we really wanted was Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Deluxe, Deluxe.
Ultimate Edition.
Yeah, Turbo Edition.
Yeah, just keep putting Street Fighter 2 out. Like that's all we really want. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's all we need. What if you put perfection out? That how else do you expect to like
We had a really good conversation about this. Like I said, I don't want to go over this again, but it feels exactly like what we were saying. Like it's like, how do you top Mario Kart 8 Deluxe? Like but we were like, how do you do it? And then eventually we're just like, they just have to like strip it back down to bare bones and do something crazy with it. And
yeah,
instead they kind of just were like, well, what if we add some stuff that nobody likes and then force you to use it? And it's like, well, then what happens when you do that is Sonic Crossroads.
right. I don't like the live service. Like I've seen people call Mario Kart 8 a live service game. It's really not. It's just something that's been updated. It's a modern video game. There's not a whole lot more you could do to it other than just keep adding to it, which use it as a platform. That's cool. But what I'll say about Sonic Crossworlds is it's tight. It is a kart racing ass kart racer. I love the customization part of it. Like you can really create however you want to play. you can fine tune that thing to just to no end. The characters are cool. There's the regular Sonic weird ones. There's like, I don't know, popcorn and
Cream and
whatever their
cheese
name,
and
cream and cheese and whatever. Dude, I'm a Sonic fan. I know you are too, but like, get out of here with your cream and your cheese. Like, just get out of here. We draw the line at Big the Cat.
like, yeah, for
Oh,
sure. Like I love that Sonic always continues to like expand its lore, but and to be fair, I would say that Sonic Crossroads is a spin-off, and that's what weird side
yeah,
characters are for, but like also kind
right.
of get them out of here. Like
You got to fill the roster. But I will say, because they've been adding Team Sonic Racing didn't really bring in the third party stuff as much, but Crossroads is. They got Kazuma Kiryu for not Kiryu, Ichiban.
mhm.
Ichiban from Yakuza. The oh gosh, which one is it? Like it's just like a dragon, I think. But they got Ichiban from there. They just added Knights from Knights into Dreams, Joker because Joker's in everything. SpongeBob SquarePants is in the game. Like they put SpongeBob and Patrick, and you would think that that would be silly and out of place. I freaking love it.
That's the
Oh,
power of Sonic. Like you don't need much context to put anybody next to him. He
right.
kind of he has that mascotty feel that any other mascotty character can kind of be around him, and it's just like oh whatever.
And speaking of which, Pac Man's coming, and so is my boy Mega Man.
I this is
So,
a subject jump a little bit, but I am so excited that Capcom is like I don't give a crap. Let's bring Mega Man back. I'm so in. Like
dude, yes.
I know I'm
How is
talking
that
to
a
the guy.
2027 game?
I was saying I know I'm talking to the guy who's probably like the only person I know who's more excited about it than me is probably you. But like still, I'm like just yes, bring him back. Like
Yeah. There's we went through a period of time because there's like 40 something Mega Man games between like mainline spinoffs and all that stuff. And honestly, like half of those games are mainline games, which is beyond nuts. And this, you can take this argument to Castlevania as well. But there was a period of time where we were getting at least one of these a year, at least one a year. And then they had a couple series running concurrently, which was bonkers. And then they go decades without putting one out. Like I don't know, like the WiiWare era where they were putting out like Mega Man 9 and 10, which I think those were, was that indie crates? Or
you're
no, I think that was way forward.
I say you're the studio guy. I'm not gonna be able to help you with that.
It was one of those two studios that did it, but they were tough as nails. They were great. Love it. But why in the blue hell are they not putting out more Mega Man games? Like just in the, especially in the indie scene. Like
Yeah.
I know we get like, I swear to God, if I hear the word Metroidvania one more time, I'm gonna blow my brains out. But like we get these stinking Metro. Like, why wouldn't Capcom license it out to somebody? But
Yeah, I always thought that
I
was weird because like we're like in the zone where like Mega Man would shine. I'm not saying that these games are similar in all of the ways, but like you're looking at freaking Silk Song right now. Like, why is Mega Man not out here? Like,
yeah. Oh, dude, Mega Man and the Silk Song sort of like art style.
yeah, for sure.
Boy,
Like, I
like
mean,
what's nuts?
I'm not saying I want them to like change Mega Man to be, but like as close as those games are feeling difficulty and kind of platforming that this platforming action like as close as those games feel in like game feel it feels like you should have been like oh god people are drooling over this game right now like okay mega man's get more of them like right now like it should be a
Yeah,
Mega Man factory at this point trying to put out Mega Man games right now.
I agree. But I will say I don't mind the 2.5D stuff. Like I thought Mega Man 11 was great. I love the art style in it. It looks clean. Even I was. It's not an old game, but when Mega Man 11 came out. It was like 2018, 2019, whatever it was. Like it still looks really good. It doesn't need to be anything crazy. Like put out a $30 Mega Man game, and let it's gonna sell 1 million, 2 million copies, whatever it is. I think Mega Man 11 is like the best selling Mega Man game, but it's only, I think it's like less than 3 million, something like that, which blows my mind. I mean, it seems like there's more Mega Man games or Mega Man fans out there than there actually are. It's kind of like the Wind Waker argument that I keep bringing up on every podcast that we've ever done, where like, Wind Waker's got all these fans now, but like, anyway, I'm just not going to get into it again. But dude, Mega Man 12, oh, I don't want to get greedy. You know what I'm going to say? Where's Mega Man X?
Like,
Where's he at?
Like, okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing that I think about when it involves the Mega Man series is like, this sounds bad, and like, this is the only way I can think to word it. So like, don't come at me, Konami fans. But when it comes to Mega Man X, we didn't betray you. You betrayed us. Like,
yeah,
there's a reason that the last 2 Mega Man X games did not do well, and it's not that we don't love Mega Man X.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, I'm trying, like, I don't want to be some entitled gamer, but like, Mega Man X did not stop selling well because we stopped liking Mega Man X. Obviously not, because there's a dash difference and an armor difference between Mega Man 11 and Mega Man X. They're the same game, but just with a different feel. But like,
yeah,
like I said, we didn't stop liking Mega Man X. We didn't like the one that you put out. So like, bring back Mega Man X, please.
Mm-hmm. I would even go as far as to say 6 was awful too. 6 sucks. 7 wasn't. 7 is supposedly better than what we think it is. I don't know about that.
Mm-hmm.
But 8 was just hot garbage.
Yeah, I just like, okay, Capcom. Now I'm talking to you. I have the exact same statement for Breath of Fire. We didn't stop liking Breath of Fire. You put out Breath of Fire 5. We didn't stop liking it.
Yeah.
And I mean that from my soul.
Was that Dragon Quarter?
Yes.
Yeah.
We didn't stop
Dragon
liking
Quarter
it.
Was awful.
Now I'm talking to you, Konami. We didn't stop liking Breath of Fire. You betrayed us with Breath of Fire 5. How? I'm not going to go on a rant about Breath of Fire 5, but please, more Breath of Fire.
Yeah, especially in the Cap God era that the kids like to call it. Like this new Capcom, they are top tier. I don't care what anybody says. They have pretty much single-handedly saved this generation of like PlayStation 5, Xbox, all that stuff. They are putting out some of the best games consistently over the last 5 years. They're bringing back Okami, bring back Breath of Fire. Like,
bro,
we've gotten you. I got my Mega Man 11. You know what I mean? Help my friend Aaron out.
Oh my god, dude! Like, if they announced that they were making another Breath of Fire, and they were making another Breath of Fire that's an actual RPG and not some freaking mobile game that's actually on a console,
yep.
I would be talking about it every podcast until it comes out.
At the very least, put the collection out.
It's like,
we're getting the Mega Man Star Force collection. I had not even heard of Star Force.
I don't,
and I'm a big Mega Man guy.
I don't know if it's a licensing thing or what, but it's like Capcom is like, this game is dead. Do not speak of it. They don't have pictures of it on their website. Like, Breath of Fire is dead. And I don't understand why, because anybody who talks about JRPGs, Breath of Fire 3 and Breath of Fire 4 both come up.
Yeah.
Maybe
I
they
know
just
Breath
didn't,
of Fire 1 is on Switch.
Maybe they just didn't sell well. Or maybe it's something like that.
No, oh. It's on the virtual console. Or what is it called? Switch Online. I think I may play that.
I'm like, Why is this? Why is of all of the like revivals that are constantly happening, there are like three games that just cannot get themselves out of the grave, and it's Skies of Arcadia. Like, just absolutely don't talk about Skies of Arcadia. It doesn't exist. Breath of Fire, and like maybe it's just those two that I'm thinking of specifically. I thought I had a third one in my head, but I lost it. But like,
Skies of Arcadia hurts mostly because like and a lot of their like the spinoff games, like was it Sonic All Star Racing? There's just the main character from that game, and there's a Skies of Arcadia world in that game, like a racetrack.
yeah, they
And I know that that was like 15 years ago, whatever. But even still, like that's still acknowledging that it exists. You know what I mean? It's the little things like that.
yeah, it's I think it's like there's like a really I don't okay, let me gather real quick. I got frustrated. There's like a thing, I think this is a Japanese thing, where like a game can come out and be like extremely successful, and like the Japanese companies that own those games will just like, but what if we never touch this again? What if we never revisit any of this? What if we just leave it where it is forever? Maybe that's
Yep.
just like, it's just like, well, but like, here's the thing that I think is really weird that kind of relates to this. I remember on Disney's YouTube channel, they have lo-fi Disney like playlists that plays like lo-fi versions of Disney songs. And I remember in the background of the still image of Mickey listening to the lo-fi beats, one time it flashes a Paupu fruit, and the entire Kingdom Hearts community lost their mind for like 2 weeks that Disney had finally referenced Kingdom Hearts. If you have a
Hmm.
community that is that, I mean, think of the levels of like digging that someone had to do to find this. That means there are people in the Kingdom Hearts community who are constantly looking through every piece of Disney anything to find a reference to Kingdom Hearts in it.
Right. So
And the Kingdom
my
Hearts,
thing, go ahead.
sorry, I'll just let me just finish that thought. And the Kingdom Hearts devs, the Kingdom Hearts community, the Kingdom Hearts Square Enix, all of them, none of them acknowledge Kingdom Hearts at all. You had the entire Kingdom Hearts community frothing at the mouth for 2 weeks because they saw one small reference to Kingdom Hearts. You'd think the devs would be like, hey guys, I know you're busy. I know you're waiting. We are still working on Kingdom Hearts. Things are progressing well. We'll get an update to you as soon as we can. Keep loving it. Bye. That's all you need to do. Nothing. Silence.
All right.
Why are you letting these moments pass?
Yeah. I get it. Like I so I trust especially current Capcom. I trust current Capcom to make a good Mega Man game. They haven't shown me otherwise over the last, really Resident Evil 7 was the turning point for them. Like so since what 2017 whatever that was, like they've really just been knocking it out of the park. So I trust them to make a new Mega Man game. I would probably trust them to make a new Breath of Fire game. I at the very least put out the old stuff. But like most other devs, I don't know what a modern it's like things that I like from back in the day. I don't know what a modern Skies of Arcadia looks like. You know what I mean? And I don't know if I would trust current game developers to make a good Skies of Arcadia game. I don't even know what a new Breath of Fire game would look like. You know what I mean? Like that's my point. Like it's just more what does what do these games look like in a modern lens? Can they do they translate well? And the other part of that too is like sometimes like things should just end. Like, gosh, I wish the MCU would have ended after Endgame.
No, you
Instead like they
don't.
keep
No, you
huh?
don't. No, you don't.
I do.
No,
I
you
do.
don't. No, you
A
don't.
little bit of finality like goes a long way with stuff.
They
you
don't.
know, make something new. But that said, I am like I do get excited for the things that like I do so there's a little bit of hypocrisy with that. I completely understand that. I'm part of the problem with things, but I don't know, man.
There are
I don't know. I don't know what point I was trying to make.
there are things that need to end. There are things. I
Yeah.
agree. There is. I don't think I've seen a Final Fantasy sequel that I feel like needs to exist. Besides maybe 10-2. None of the other ones need to exist.
Oh yeah, the whole 13 trilogy.
Yeah. The 13, I mean, even the other ones, like the Final Fantasy 4 after years where the
Oh yeah,
stories
yeah.
about their kids, like none of those need to exist. And
Right.
if we want to be technical, if we want to just cut some tape here, I don't think there's a Disney sequel that needs to exist.
Oh, I agree. All
Uh,
those Allie makes
Aladdin,
fun of me. I don't. Those direct to VHS, like none of those exist.
like just to like, I'm not a person who is against endings. None of those need to exist. None of them. Zero.
Yeah.
I love me some Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Super doesn't need to exist.
No, I agree.
Okay, let me say this. I'm enjoying it just because I love more Dragon Ball. But if they
Yeah.
were like, they'd be like, okay, so here's a story that exists after the ending of Dragon Ball Z. It is in no way connected to the ending of Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z is a complete story. This is just something that we wanted to do for fun. Then go nuts. Leave Dragon Ball Z as the ending that it should be. And then take everything else and you can do whatever you want. I don't care. Super Saiyan 100. But like to take the very succinct story of Dragon Ball Z, which is actually there is no Dragon Ball Z. It's all just Dragon Ball because that's the way Akira Toriyama wrote it. Take the story and just say it ends right there. And then everything that happens in Super happens after that point, and it is not connected to the original story in any way, instead of this weird line where it's kind of in the story because it happens in the 4 year time between the death of Majin Buu and the end of the story. So like technically it's kind of canon. Fuck that. Just say it's at the after that, and whatever happens, happens. I don't care at that point. So I do agree that there are things that need to end. But
Right.
saying something like the MCU needed to end at Endgame is like, it doesn't end that way in the comics. There's stories
Yeah.
that happen
Well,
after Endgame.
it does. It does. And trust me, dude. I understand what you're saying, and like I'm not trying to be contrarian or anything like that. I promise. But like my point, I think, was more just like how poignant would that have been if it had just like it it ends after 23 movies with Steve Rogers finally getting his dance with his best girl or whatever like, and then it just reboots after that like,
That
and so
that
they're
is
not
that is an answer I would, if they were like, so ends the Thanos saga, and then like they just like start again with all new characters, and then like, oh, here's Spider-Man shows up, he's cool. But like, I agree in the point that I feel like they should have made some type of stop to separate Endgame from the new trilogy.
right. Well, and that's kind of my point with Breath of Fire as well. Like, I would be happy if they just took those old games and brought them forward. You know what I mean? Like, I don't necessarily like. I would love a new Breath of Fire. You know, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I would trust them to make a new one. I would have to see what it will look like first. But like at the very least, like give me the old stuff. Like acknowledge that it exists, like what you were saying, and give me a way to play this in a modern way. Even if it's one of those HD 2D games, I'll tell you the Dragon Quest games I'm playing right now, like those are even a little bit different from the Octopath games, where those are more like pixelated and stuff. This Dragon Quest game, dude, you can put Chrono Trigger in this. You can put Breath of Fire in this. You can put Suikoden in this. Like it translates to so many modern things. Just Give me that. Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
yeah, I get you. What I think, what annoys me about the way that they're handling Breath of Fire is it's getting the Bloodborne, the now I'm forgetting the Infamous treatment. Like it's not only is it they're not doing anything with it, it's also trapped on consoles that we like are harder and harder to get
Yeah.
access to. It's like,
Right.
why are you doing this? Like these are games that people debate in the I wouldn't say Chrono or Breath of Fire and Breath of Fire 4 are in the top 10 RPGs, but they're in the top 20 at least, maybe 25. Like it's just money that you're just like, fuck that. I don't like money. I don't what if we just leave it? What if we leave that money on the
Yeah.
table? What if
Well,
we
even if you just do like a basic port, drag and drop, like that's fine. You say leave money on the table. There's people that would buy that, $20, whatever. You can do it like the Mega Man Legacy collections where they drag and drop them. They put like art galleries and all kinds of cool stuff with it. You don't even have to go that far with it, but they put those out for 20, $25, sometimes 30, like if it's a dual pack or whatever. That's easy money.
yeah, it's just
You
like
could easily do that for Breath of Fire.
yeah, I'm just like just wanted to do a quick like Google search real quick and like see if I'm wrong. But like there's not a way to get like it's not a way that I can just say, here's some money, let me play Breath of Fire 3. Like, no, if you want to play Breath of Fire 3, you have to get a ROM and do it that way, which that's or you have to literally buy a freaking PlayStation 1. Like, let me play this
Uh,
freaking game.
PS3, PS3 maybe. That's still not modern. It might be a PS1 classic.
Because like the other version is the PSP version, and I think they might have like there might be a the PSP version might be on PS3, but still like just what if what if I could just go into the gallery into the freaking online store in my PS5 and buy Breath of Fire 3? What if that was a thing?
Yeah, yeah.
Because I would pay
Heck, dude,
you for it.
we just got the original Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3 on PS5 like within the last year. Dude, I've been itching for that stuff for a long time. Like, the funny thing about that is that I didn't have to pay for it. I bought it on PS3 at one point, and when they brought it forward, they were just like, "Oh, you have this license from like 2008. Here you go." I don't know, and they would be the same with Breath of Fire if they brought that one forward because I bought whatever the PlayStation ones were on PS3. They put those on there, and then I actually just have them. But
You want to
anyway,
hear me break down slowly? You know what you can get? You can get the sound collection for Breath of Fire 3 on Steam. Not the game, but just the soundtrack.
oh geez,
What? 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 Why? How do you have the rights to the soundtrack and not the game? What? Okay, let's.
you a little girl.
Gonna. I. I know she can't hear
Can
me.
you hear?
Yeah.
Okay, it's getting about nap time.
Okie doke. I am. I am ready. I'm ready. Okay. You want to do some positives and then we'll call it a day?
Sure. I didn't bring one to the table. Do you want to do it first, and I'll think of one?
I will. I can do that. So, you know me. All of mine are always about, taking stock and, you know, trying to, assess where you are personally and then move forward in the right direction to help yourself. And New Year's is full of that stuff. So, I'm not going to go too far here, but I was going to say something that I did for myself recently, and I think you'll relate. So, I downloaded a yoga app called Bend. And it just is like, here's like a little, you can do like, this is a waking up in the morning yoga routine. This is, if you've been sitting too long, here's one you can do to stretch out your back and your hips and stuff. And then there's like one that's just like a full body yoga thing. And then there's one that's like expert mode. So I downloaded that because like I've been feeling not very limber, like, and I started doing it just kind of once a day, just like see what see what it feels like, and like the level of stiff I was when I started this is kind of insane. Like I
Yeah.
was looking at some of these like poses that these guys that they were supposed to be doing. They're supposed to be like beginner easy mode, and I was like, I cannot get my leg back that far. Like absolutely not. Like not even close. There's one of the exercises where you're supposed to take your the front side of your foot, the top side of your foot, is supposed to be flat on the ground, and then bend your knees and lay all the way back until your back is on the ground. So like you're sitting on your foot, but you're also laying back on the floor.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I can't even get to the point where like once I get my foot down on the ground and I'm sitting kind of on it, my butt doesn't even touch the back of my foot. I started trying to lean back and like I am hitting like old school hip hop levels of lean back. Like I'm nowhere near the floor. I'm just like, lean back,
Yeah,
lean back. Like
I used to be able to do that.
I was like,
I'm literally trying it right now.
I was like, oh man, okay, so yeah, this is something I need to start doing because I am.
I can't bend.
I I used to be almost flexible to the point where I could do like a I'm gonna call it a horizontal split, like legs left and right all the way almost to the floor. Now bend my I can't bend my knee far enough back to where I can sit on my own toes. Like I've lost a ton of flexibility, so I've been working on it. And like for people who like, yoga, I don't care about that. It's stupid. Like you will be amazed at how fast your body will stop being flexible, especially as you get older. Don't don't let yourself get to the point where I am right now, where I'm like fighting my body back into being able to move. 10 minutes,
Especially if you're in a sitting job like we have.
yeah, especially if you're in a sitting job. 10 minutes a day is nothing. You can do it before you go to bed. You can do it first thing when you wake up. You can do it. You can find 10 minutes. 10 minutes a day is nothing. And in comparison to how much it'll help you and keep your body, the way you actually want it to be, just find some time. Find some time to do it. That's me.
I still can't come up with anything without getting into like specific like family dramas and all that stuff. So I'll just say, stick up for yourself
Hell yeah.
because nobody else will do it for you.
Hell yeah. And I feel you. I might, when you get all this family stuff rolled up, it's like half of your mind, and you're like, you know what? You know what, my, and then like, oh, I'm not about to blast that on the internet. I totally get you. I've had a couple of moments like that recently where I'm like, that's not something I'm gonna say online.
Yeah, I can guarantee you nobody that I would speak about listens to this podcast, but even still, like putting that out in the ether, I just rather not. But I will say, just for my positive, just stick up for yourself. Yeah,
Yes.
that's it.
Stick up for yourself. And in an extra note,
And stretch.
no is a full sentence.
Yeah,
No is a full
yeah, that's
sentence.
true. And no is healthy as well.
Yes.
So
All right. Wimity wham wham wazzle. I will see y'all next time.
tell Marge sent you. Oh,
Yep.
what was the other thing I was saying?
Oh yeah, you had a new one.
Like a high, make a high, like a hiney ho.
Yeah.
I don't like that one. It's like
I think I think we just got into we got into such a flow with our original ones. It sounds weird to change it up.
Long live John B.
Yep. All right, peace.
Bye.
Oh crap! I didn't.
He just hung up.